Little late getting here. Had some issues with the recording, and but I'm glad I could be here. It's Friday. I wonder if anybody's thinking about drinking alcohol this weekend. I bet. I bet there's a lot of you guys out there thinking about drinking alcohol this weekend, or maybe you're sober and you are looking for things to do. It's Mother's Day, so happy Mother's Day to all you mothers out there, and I hope everybody has a great Mother's Day weekend. Uh, I got my Tigers shirt on here. I'm going to the Tigers game tomorrow night with my daughter. It's sold out, and it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be like playoff atmosphere. I'm really looking forward to it. And those are the things that I love to do as a sober person now. Uh, Not drinking alcohol has really impacted my life in so many different ways, and just enjoying time with my daughter happens to be one of them. Going places, I love being able to spend time out exploring different places, different things, and so yeah. So what are you guys doing this weekend? What do you guys any plans? um, so it looks like I've got a little bit of time here. I'm going to spend maybe like 20 minutes talking about uh, anxiety and how much worry there is in drinking. It doesn't seem like drinking causes anxiety. It seems like it helps it. It initially does help it. It quiets that internal voice. It quiets those voices that are causing you anxiety and stress. But what it really does is it leaves you with more anxiety, and to the point where you don't feel like that's calming down until you drink again. And that keeps us in that cycle of addiction. It just keeps us, holds us back from really enjoying life. And I had a friend of mine on my Facebook group on Sobriety in the Storm asked me yesterday, how do you get over the anxiety when you're trying to quit drinking alcohol? And that's a good question, because it is worrisome to think about quitting. It's hard, it's not easy. Uh, I wouldn't say it's not fun, because to me, there's an adventure in everything. Everything that you try that's new is exciting to me. And so for me, I had to make a plan. I had to make several plans. I had to have so many different people in my life to be able to um, make it work. I couldn't make sobriety work if I wasn't able to be vulnerable, talk about my problems with the people that related to what I was actually trying to convey, without being able to talk about how I feel. It wasn't going to be possible to quit drinking alcohol. It just wasn't. So I had to get over that fear. I had to get over that pride. I had to get over that need to feel like I was in control of my life, because I wasn't. I wasn't in control. There's no way any of us can be in control if we're stuck in addiction, if we're drinking all the time, drinking every day, drinking multiple times a week, looking forward to alcohol binge drinking. And Junior Martinez says, when I drive to work, there's a store, I feel weak. Yeah, they're on every corner. I mean, it's sad, but it's true. And if it's tempting to you, maybe find a different route. I don't know. I didn't particularly pay attention. I tried not to pay attention to those stores when I'd pass by them, because it's hard not to. I mean, they're on every street, and I would even go to therapy, and on my way home, I'd pass by the liquor store several of them and just see people going in there. But I would think, that was me. And do I want that to be me anymore? Um, Hi, Dara Garcia and Heather. Nice to see you guys here. I'm so glad that you guys are joining me here. Um, so yeah, uh, maybe find a different route home. I mean, that would be my suggestion. Or just try to ignore it in general, because there are a lot of different triggers, and it's good that you can recognize that that's a trigger for you. Getting over those hurdles is one of the keys to staying sober. One of the assets. So so back to the anxiety and the being afraid, and getting over that hurdle of how do I stay off of alcohol, but also have a life. You worry that alcohol becomes so ingrained in our daily lives and those around us that we think that we need alcohol to have a better life, to have uh, camaraderie, to have like friends and family and get-togethers and things like that. Um, I agree. Jesus is God gets all the glory for my sobriety. I'm celebrating. I just celebrated 5 years, April 27th, and not a day goes by that I don't think about how a couple weeks before I quit drinking, I got down on my hands and knees and I begged God to take me out of my addiction. And I mean, I that was the first and real first time that I surrendered, and that was the change that it took, I think, because it wasn't much longer after that. A couple weeks went by, and um, I had a blow up at one of my daughters and my wife, and oh wow, 2014, congratulations, that's awesome. Yeah, that's a long time. So 11 years. Yep. So that's awesome. Yeah, getting sober is not always easy. It's not fun. It's admitting that you have a problem is really the first goal, the first real step. Surrendering to the notion that uh, we are in control. I mean, alcohol was at the wheel basically for 27 years of my life. I mean, I started when I was 15. It didn't take long for alcohol to take hold of my life, my desires. I didn't really want to hang out with the people that I had normally been hanging around with. I would rather go drink and be with my friends that drank and did other things. And I won't get into those right now, but yeah, I mean, uh, it causes us to it's kind of a gateway to other things, right? I mean, it makes us make poor choices. It makes us make decisions that we normally wouldn't make. It kicks in that prefrontal cortex, and the part of the brain that helps us make good choices. It kicks that all in, and and uh, and we make bad choices. We say things that we don't normally say, things that we don't normally want to say. It turns us into people that we don't want to be. And those are all the kinds of things that I think about when I think about the early days of my sobriety, and how uh, bad the bad things about alcohol. Because it's easy to think about the good things. We think about it every single day when we're drinking. We think about what we're going to drink, how much we're going to drink. Is it going to cause us a problem the next day? Am I going to forget things that I'm going through today? Uh, and then am I going to have to deal with all the fallout tomorrow? Am I going to be hungover tomorrow? Am I going to feel nauseous? Am I going to have anxiety? Am I going to have uh, worry and panic and all these things, and we live with that on a day-to-day basis, and it's painful, and we can't forget just how painful it is to live in that cycle, that addiction cycle. And so that helped me early on think about just, not dwell on good things about alcohol, but think about how awful it made me feel. And I think I benefited that I had that blow up at my daughter and my wife all day. I mixed a hard liquor, beer, stuff, and when I woke up in the morning and thought about what I had said, and I could remember bits and pieces of it, and I knew that it was terrible, but my heart was like racing. It was at like a 120 beats per minute, and it wasn't calming down no matter what I did. So I think that had to happen. I mean, that wasn't the first time I felt like that, but it was kind of the first time that I felt like that in regards to, see, it was the early in the pandemic. We were all fearful of health and getting COVID and staying away from COVID. And that was the first time I really felt that worried and panicked that I made a fool of myself in front of my entire family. And it was embarrassing. I mean, we live with guilt and shame every day as a drinker. And yeah, and it's not fun. It's not something that I would recommend anybody turn to, um, because it it really just makes the problems in our lives worse. It doesn't make them better. And getting over that fear factor is a huge thing. Um, so yeah, I'm glad that you guys are all here. If you have anything that you want to talk about, just let me know. Um, but otherwise, I'll talk for a couple more minutes and then we'll get going. But 3 weeks into my sobriety, I realized that sobriety is going to stick this time, because I felt better. I sat out on my deck, feeling like the warm breeze hitting my face, and I thought, I feel like I'm healing from this 27 years of affliction, of an illness. I mean, they talk about alcoholism being a disease, and I do agree with that to a certain extent. I mean, it felt like I was healing. I felt like I was finally getting better. So there is hope. Jesus is my Lord and Savior, and I pray every day that for my sobriety, for Him being there for me on every occasion, making my life fulfilled, and helping me get through my urges to try to escape my reality, because that's really why we drink, right? I mean, yeah, we drink to celebrate sometimes, but really we're drinking to escape if we're stuck in addiction like that. So I'm glad that everybody's here. I'm glad that you guys are here. Take solace in the fact that sobriety is the best decision that you can make in your life. It makes life more tolerable. It gives you your patience back. It helps you see that life can be what we thought it would be when we were kids. It gives you time back. It gives you kindness back. It gives you resilience back. It gives you so many things, and I couldn't do half the things I'm doing now. I wouldn't be even on this doing this live stream if I were still drinking. So thanks for being here, everybody, and we'll talk to you soon.